Alright, we're live. This should be. Come on, YouTube, update. Show that I'm live. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? Let me make sure. Second, also. Yeah. Alright, sounds good. Cool, cool, cool. What's up, Soundwave? We got the Avengers casting news. Whoa. When we don't even have an Avengers. Let's see, who all was cast in this? We got a bunch of people. Let's see, is there a list somewhere that has everything? There's gotta be. I'm trying to find it. The big, obviously the big thing with the Avengers casting for Avengers Doomsday is, one, we're getting the Fox X-Men, which means we're gonna get to see Professor X die for the 1000th time, and also we know that who's gonna die in Thunderbolts. I thought for Thunderbolts, I thought that Bucky might die. I'd be like, Sebastian Stan's got a lot of stuff going on. He's hunting Oscars. He's doing a lot of things. He might be done with his time at Marvel, because he's been there since the beginning. He's been there since, Captain America, the first Avenger. And he's still around. I was like, man, I thought Bucky might be going. I thought Sebastian Stan might be going. Oh, what's up, everyone? How's it going, Zachary? How's it going? Andreas, Wholesome Nerd, Caffeinated Wolf, Logan, Donovan. What's up, everyone? So yeah, I thought he might die in Thunderbolts, because like they're showing him off a lot in Thunderbolts, and they're actually remembering that he's a character that exists in that universe. Because man, what they did with Bucky in Falcon and Winter Soldier just kind of threw him to the side, and it was like, man, that kind of sucks. And obviously they threw him to the side in Endgame. And basically post Civil War, they've done nothing with Bucky, nothing of note. And so I was like, man, they're finally putting him back in front and center. Are they going to kill him off? And no, he's going to be in Avengers Doomsday. So that's interesting. Along with, I think it was everyone but Taskmaster was announced from Thunderbolts. So that's funny, because that means Taskmaster's just going to die. That horrific version of Taskmaster that they did in the Black Widow movie. Panel by panel breakdown of the Harley Quinn comic. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I'm not. I didn't read that. I saw some people posting about the Harley Quinn fart comic on Twitter. It's like, how did someone's fetish get published like this for just a whole issue? Yeah, Bucky did get flat out disrespected. Legit, Bucky was a huge part of the Captain America trilogy, and I really liked that. And it was like, man, they're building up to something after this, right? Nope. Turns out after Civil War, Bucky means nothing. Remember when he's there in Wakanda, and we see him, it's like, go, take us to the White Wolf. And then it's like, oh man, the White Wolf. And then we see him like shooting a gun for 2 seconds in like Infinity War, and that's like it. That's it. Yeah, imagine being the person buying that at the shop, the Harley Quinn fart comic. Oh my goodness, how do you... Man, I'm really curious what the sales on that would be. On what if people, a lot of people bought that, because it got a lot of publicity, and the freaking editor-in-chief of the comic of DC was talking about the comic when they announced the Marvel DC crossover. She brought up the Harley Quinn fart comic, and it's like, what are you doing? Why are you bringing So my thing, I've said this a million times, but my thing with Bucky, like Cap is, Steve Rogers is Cap. He will always be Cap. But the thing that I liked about Bucky taking over as Cap for a bit was it made sense, because in the universe, in the MCU, in the comic universe also, Winter Soldier doesn't exactly have a good rep. He's a bad guy. So Captain America, the Captain America mantle is a way to sort of like baptize him, to make him good again. Like, it was a good way to purify Bucky. To be like, hey, he's a good guy, he's Captain America. And it's like, oh, that makes sense. To where Falcon, it's like, Falcon's a full-fledged hero. Everyone knows who Falcon is. why does he need to take over? Him being Captain America doesn't make any sense. Why would he take over as Captain America? That's like saying that Falcon is a junior superhero and he can graduate to Captain America, which I don't think that should be. I think that's a disrespect to Falcon. I don't think Falcon should be seen as like the lesser junior superhero that needs to graduate to Captain America, to where Winter Soldier's like, that's a bad guy. Him being Captain America helps because now it's like, oh, that's a good guy. It helps redeem Bucky. So I like that. To where Falcon taking over makes absolutely no sense, especially because he's still Falcon the whole time also. Like, he still has he's still flying around, he still got his wing. Like, the only difference is he has a shield now and he wears red, white, and blue. So it really doesn't make sense with him being Cap, because it's like, why are you even everything about you is still Falcon, you just have a shield now. Why are you, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I don't understand it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But that's what they went with, and that's what we got. And we'll see how long this lasts. But some of the big notable ones also were Loki got announced, which I didn't watch Loki season 2 because I watched Loki season 1. It was mid, so I was like, I don't care. I heard season 2 was really good though, but I never watched it because it was like, season 1 I didn't care about enough to watch season 2. But I thought he was going to be done with Loki now. Nope, Loki's back. Also, though, it's 1 billion people were announced, so it's like, how much screen time are any of these going to have? Who's actually going to be the main characters? Also, Channing Tatum's Gambit was announced. That's exciting that he's not done for because he was great. Also, remember how Deadpool and Wolverine was a send-off to the Fox X-Men? It was all really nice and heartfelt. And then it's like, nope, it's the freaking Mr. Krabs digging the filing the grave for money. That's what it is. It's like, oh man, we got a nice heartfelt send-off. It's like, nope. The Russos are here to dig up the grave. You know, we got to bring back the Fox X-Men. So, what are we even doing? But especially because all these people are so old. A lot of them are old. The only, like, James Marsden has aged well though. He doesn't look that much older than he did. But like some of the others, we'll say, and yeah. But especially like the guys that were already old when it was going on, like Ian McKellen, are even older now, believe it or not. That's how time works. And yeah. Also, like, what was the whole thing of doing a 5-hour live stream for this? It was hilarious to reveal, like, team members one at a time. Like, Johnny Storm's gonna be in it? Sue Storm's gonna be in it? The thing, it's like, why not just announce the entire Fantastic Four at once? Why are we just going, like, 20 minutes in between each of their chairs? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Nightcrawlers, I'm happy to see Nightcrawler, but again, I don't know why it's the Fox X-Men. I don't know why we're bringing the Fox X-Men back. Also, I am disappointed to see that Ghost is coming back. Ghost was the villain in Ant-Man 2, and she's going to be in Thunderbolts, and she was just a terrible character. I didn't even like her being included in Thunderbolts, and seeing her, that she survives Thunderbolts makes me upset. Because if there's characters you can kill off, it's like, kill off Ghost, kill off this horrible abomination of Taskmaster. Why are we bringing Ghost back? You know, to knock out his pacemaker. Oh, 100% it's going to be a cameo fest. How much for a review on the Harley Quinn fart comic? More than you can afford. No one cares about any of the characters. Yeah, that's the problem. Is like, I will say also a big one, though, is them getting Thor. I feel like that's big because I didn't know if Hemsworth was actually going to come back to Thor. Because he's been here forever. That last movie sucked. He has been open talking about how he wasn't happy with the last movie. So I thought, man, he might just be kind of done. He might be done with it. Also, I saw some people coping with the last Thor movie and be like, I have a theory that Taika Waititi made that movie terrible because the Russos undid Thor's arc in Infinity War. And it's like, what if if Taika Waititi was mad that the Russos made Thor an actual character in Infinity War and not a complete joke like he was in Ragnarok, then Taika Waititi can go suck a dick. Like, who cares? And so he decided to just make a horrible movie. It's so stupid. But I thought it was big that Thor's coming back. And it's like, who? First off, we don't even know who the Avengers are. Like, who makes up the Avengers? In Captain America, Falcon was asked to go create the Avengers, so we still don't have an Avengers. Sentry's gonna be in it. Beast is gonna, like, who are the Avengers? Shang-Chi is gonna be in it, which is like, we should have had a Shang-Chi sequel, I mean. It's a bit of tongue there. Shang-Chi sequel. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it came out in 2021. We're in 2025, and we don't have a sequel already. And this is a martial, like, not everything has to be huge CGI fest. Like, Shang-Chi is one of those ones where you could do that without, like, a bunch of CGI and needing a bunch of time for that. Like, that could be one of those movies where you could make that quicker. Like, it's been 4 years. We should have had a sequel already. Instead, he's showing up in Doomsday. So you've got to, oh, man. Also, one of the disappointing things is Namor is going to be back. Namor in Wakanda Forever sucked so hard. That Namor sucked so bad. The freaking flabby Namor that looked retarded. Oh my goodness. I don't know why they brought Namor back. I hated that version of Namor, and he's gonna be back. That guy sucked. Ugh. Ugh. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. They also said they're not done with the casting. They said there's more to come. So we don't know who else they're gonna cast. There's so many more people. You're gonna do this tonight. Yeah, no more. Which Secret Wars do you think they'll pull from? They said they're pulling from both. They said they're pulling from the OG and the 2015 one. So, and like, obviously Hugh Jackman's going to be in it because they announced the entire Fox X-Men. There's no way they didn't throw $1 billion at Hugh Jackman and be like, hey, come back. Especially with what just happened with Deadpool and Wolverine. There's no way he doesn't come back for this to reunite with the X-Men. Even if it's not for a big part or something, Hugh Jackman is definitely going to be in this. I would bet money. Like, Tobey Maguire, I don't know about all that, but like, I am a betting man. If there was a way, if like DraftKings had this on their sports book or something, I would be putting money on Hugh Jackman showing up or a Hugh Jackman casting announcement. How much the entire casting made, who knows? Yeah, I agree. Thor 1 was the only good out of the Thor movies, but Infinity War had my favorite Thor. Freaking Namor come back, so I thought there was controversy with the Namor actor. There was. I think he did something. Did he like abuse his girlfriend or wife or something? I can't remember. There was something like that. Death. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see how it all goes, and we'll see also if the Russo brothers can bring it back together, because everything the Russo brothers have done post MCU has sucked. Everything the Russo brothers did in the MCU was good though, as far as their movies. I thought their movies were pretty good. I enjoyed all their Cap movies, their Avengers movies. They did a good job. But everything they've done afterwards, like they just did the Electric State for $320 million. I didn't watch it, but I heard it was terrible, and it looked awful. So, but with established characters, it seems they can do better. So, only time will tell what we get from here. Now on to the comics that came out this week. I'll show you guys what I picked up, because there's not really much else to talk about as far as Avengers Doomsday cast. Because it's just like, hey, here's all these people that's going to be in it, and that's basically all we got. Yeah, the thing with Kang is the most easy character of all time to recast because there's a billion different versions of him. But instead, Kevin Feige shit the bed and was like, let's just pivot. Robert Downey Jr., come back, please. I have no idea what I'm doing with the MCU. Let's get what worked before. Robert Downey Jr., come back. The Russos, come back. It's like, no, dude. Where's the Hulk? I don't even want to see the Hulk at this point with how bad MCU Hulk was. They weren't the writers, no, but still they were the directors, and they direct, and like, you know, you can see that they directed all of like the best MCU movie, a lot of the best MCU movies. So, yeah, but that is a good point that they wrote a lot of their stuff's post MCU, and that stuff has sucked. So maybe if you team them with a good writer, that's what can happen. What's the budgets for Gunn's Superman? I don't know. What is James Gunn? Let's see. Superman has. Apparently James Gunn disputed the budget of one. Let's see, something from 3 months ago. So somewhere said that was 363 million. Then James Gunn said that is fake and that the number isn't even close to 363 million. Yeah, that sounds like an insane amount. So I doubt that's true. And I see something about 180 million. And this thing's wrong. Okay, so apparently the budget's not known right now, as far as I can tell. It looks like the budget for Superman is unknown. So, yeah. I hope that's good. I see all types of rumors about test screenings. Like, some people being like, the test screenings say that Superman sucks, and the test screenings say it's great. So, yeah. Show us Jimmy. Jimmy is sleeping on my bed in the other room. He's having a nap right now. Thoughts on Marvel and Kevin Feige disrespecting Rob Liefeld? Rob Liefeld is justified here. He is a very sensitive man, but he's correct here in terms of them disrespecting him and what they've done to him, what they do to comics creators, and how Marvel in general treats comics creators. And separate from all that, you just had Dustin Nguyen come out and talk about the artist on like Heart of Hush and a bunch of other stuff, but he came out and talked about how Marvel, he won't do any work for Marvel now because Marvel pays you like just jack shit. He's like, DC's a little bit better, they're still not great, but he's like, Marvel is the worst, especially considering how much money Marvel makes and they don't pay you nothing. And so yeah, Marvel's been disrespecting comic creators for a while, so it's pretty sad. Yeah, Hulk is in legal hell, but that doesn't excuse the treatment of Hulk post the first Avengers. After the first Avengers movie, Hulk has just been a horrible trajectory. I like Incredible Hulk. I liked how Hulk was used in the first Avengers, then it's just been terrible. So anyways, this is what I picked up this week. There's also some comics that I read that I didn't pick up because with all the crap going on with Diamond right now, my shop doesn't get Marvel comics always straight on Wednesday, so sometimes they get them a few days later, and I went and picked up my books on Wednesday, so yeah, I didn't get all the comics that I read this week, but this is what I did pick up. Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, number 7. The art in this is so good. We'll go and talk about each issue individually, but anyways, I've been enjoying that. Green Lantern number 21. We got Batman, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, which this was one of the better issues. Batman Hush, aka Batman 158. Superman 24. And then Green Arrow number 22. Those were all that I physically picked up, but I read some other comics digitally because, again, with all the crap going on with Diamond, everything outside of DC, my shop doesn't always get on time because of everything with Diamond going under and now getting bought. And getting comics is weird. He's a really nice guy, and now I feel like crap for talking shit over the years. I love his Twitter. His Twitter's great. Do you think Jimmy Olsen going to be Black and James Gunn Stewart? No, we already know who's cast as Jimmy Olsen. It's the guy from, it's the Gideon from Righteous Gemstones. If you watch Righteous Gemstones, he's a white guy. It's a white kid. So, yeah. So, anyways, best comics from You'll Do Bad Things, Hellhunters number 4, Hellhunters is great. Hellhunters is really good. I'm enjoying it. I haven't read any of those others that you just mentioned. I haven't been reading Justice League. All right, so let's talk about... What should we talk about first? We can talk about Batman The Long Halloween, of The Last Halloween. So, I enjoyed the issue 0 and the first issue, and then, I can't remember, one of those issues in between there was a Robin issue that was really good, but the other couple issues were, not too great. This issue was really good, and the art from Enrico Marini, he's an Italian guy, was amazing. And if you don't know, this is the, a sequel to The Long Halloween and Dark Victory. This is supposed to be the final thing in the Long Halloween saga, and he had planned to do this with Tim Sale, then Tim Sale passed away, and so to honor Tim Sale, he's like, we're going to do a different artist for every single issue, and I was like, oh, that's a cool idea, and so he did get a radically different art style every single issue, but with this one, with Enrico Marini, I was like, why isn't this guy just doing I wish this guy would have done every single issue. It fits perfectly. It really, his art style fits perfectly, and he did amazing, and I would have loved to seen him do more of this. So here, I posted on Twitter a page from it, but yeah, it looked amazing. And yeah, at the end, we got Mr. Freeze, so we're going to get Mr. Freeze revealed in this, or not revealed, but we're going to get more of him. It is kind of funny, though, because the premise with this one is the Holiday Killer's back, but this time the Holiday Killer's just injuring people. And it's funny because all the time you'll see Batman fighting people, dodging bullets, and having no problem. But now one person with a 22 just can't miss. Like a person with a 22, if you don't know, a 22 caliber is a very tiny, small bullet. And it's the most powerful thing in this universe because it's like no one in the DC universe can dodge, or Gotham can dodge it, it seems. Everyone's getting injured. everyone's getting shot. Like Catwoman got shot, Riddler got shot, in this issue, Robin got shot. It's like, man, all these people that generally don't really have problems with bullets. A Batman got shot before, also with 22. It's like, man, it turns out all it takes is just a small caliber to take down Gotham. That's all you needed. But I like this issue. It's pretty good. I love the Jeff Loeb, the way he writes Batman and Robin is great. This is, Dick Grayson Robin, and the banter between them is great. There's a part where they're in the Bat Cave and they're talking about like what to do next, and they're thinking, and Robin's like, shouldn't we be out on the street punching snitches to like get information? And Batman's just like, you could go punch Alfred if you want to. And Robin's just like, whoa, you just made a joke. But Long Hauling Sequel, is it written by Jeff Loeb? Yes, it's written by Jeff Loeb. I haven't picked up Absolute Martian Manhunter because I've heard a lot of people say great things, but I also heard a lot of people say great things about the Ultimates, and that's from Denise Camp as well, and that book sucks ass. So that's why I haven't read Absolute Martian Manhunter. But I'll probably read the first issue and see if it's any good. But yeah, he's one of those. There's several writers that like Twitter loves, and then I read their comics and I'm like, I'm just on a different wavelength, I guess. I don't understand. Like, this is terrible. But I'll probably check it out. But yeah, this was pretty good. In the Robin issue for the last Halloween, I really liked, in that Batman gets shot, and then Alfred has to perform surgery on him, and then he's just like sort of in a coma, and Alfred's like, there's nothing more we can do for him. We just gotta wait for him to pull through. And so Robin goes and beats the shit out of Catwoman, kidnaps her, brings her to the Batcave, and it was like, make Batman wake up. You're a reason for him to live. He likes you for some reason. It was great. I loved that. I loved it. It was so good. That was one of the best issues of this series so far. That was it issue 3? I think it might have been like issue 3 or 4. I can't remember. It was the Robin issue. It was all from Robin's perspective, which it was really good. I love the way Jeff Loeb writes Robin is great. And then we've got next up we'll talk about issue 22 of Green Arrow, which this was Chris Condon's week. Chris Condon had this. He had Ultimate Wolverine #3 come out, and he also had Far Down Below, which is his new independent book with Mad Cave, which is like a horror book. And I enjoyed all 3. I'm a big fan of Chris Condon, and he hasn't let me down yet. I want to try Ultimates, but hear mixed things. A lot of people love Ultimates. I read the first issue and it was okay. And then I read the second issue and it was terrible. And so I'm like, okay, there's no reason for me to keep reading this. I'm not going to spend money on this book. I don't care. So that's why I stopped on Ultimates. I only read the first 2 issues. So if you're interested, check it out and see, because a lot of people love it. Again, I see Twitter just like fawning over the book all the time. But for me personally, I got 2 issues in. I'm like, that's enough for me. As far as the Ultimate Universe goes, I'm enjoying Absolute Batman. I'm enjoying Absolute Wonder Woman. I thought the first issue of Absolute Flash was good. It was very much set up, but I enjoyed it. And then Absolute Superman, I read the first 2 issues, and those were really bad, so I dropped it. But I'll probably read all of what's come out and make a video on it. That's another book that I hear a lot of people loving, is Absolute Superman, but I read the first 2 issues, and I was like, there's no character to this Superman at all. There's nothing to him, and we're all on Krypton for the entire book. It was like, this is just, the art's great, but I didn't care what was going on. So I just thought, thoughts on Rocksteady making yet another Batman game. We're never gonna get a non-Batman game ever again from from DC, and also all of the good people left Rocksteady. This is the problem with when gaming studios become successful. This happens a lot. The people that made them successful go on to do other things. They can make more money, do their own studios. Remember freaking Call of Duty? Remember when Infinity Ward was the developer? When Infinity Ward made COD 4 and then made Modern Warfare 2, it was like, oh man, these games are amazing. And then Modern Warfare 3 was like, this isn't quite as good. And then like it's because everyone that made those games good left, and then they made like Respawn and like other studios. That's what happened with Rocksteady, where it's like, oh man, Arkham Asylum's great, Arkham City's great, Arkham Knight's pretty good, and then you get to Suicide Squad, and it's like, this is one of the worst games I've ever played. It's like, oh, because all the people that made those games good left. Now they're Rocksteady in names only. It's a corpse. It's a corpse being held up by people that didn't help make the games good. So that's on the Penguin show. It was really good. I liked it. There were some problems I had with it. I felt like there were some things where characters were a bit too stupid for my liking. Like Maroni gets out of prison and he goes to a cabin, and what does he have guarding him? 2 inept guards, and that's it. So Sophia takes out 2 people, and now she could kill Maroni. It's like, is Maroni an idiot? Why does he have 2 people guard? Only 2 people? What? There were moments like that where it's like, why is everyone so stupid? But overall, I thought the Penguin show was really good, and I liked it a lot. But there were moments where I'm like, why are these people stupid? But it's probably the best comic book show I've watched in a long time. Yeah, it's the best one in years. I thought it was really good. I like Absolute Batman, but I wish it leaned more into being dumb fun. Dude, I think it's completely leaned into dumb fun. I think that's what it's been doing. But that's also my worry with the book is it's like, how long can you rely on just dumb fun? It's because it is dumb fun. I'm really enjoying Absolute Batman right now, but it's like, how long can we really rely on that? Because it's kind of, just over the top and crazy stuff, and like eventually we're gonna get to where we've seen everything the suit can do. Eventually we're gonna get to where like Batman just throwing people around ain't gonna do it, and it's like, how deep can we go with this? And we'll see. Made a lot of the dumb decisions for Suicide Squad as well. Well, no, like freaking what's it called? Like Sefton Hill left. Sefton Hill was the guy at Rocksteady, and he wasn't there for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, or he was there at the beginning and then left. And there were several other people that left too. I know some people that made the other Arkham games were there at the beginning and then left in the middle, but still, like, yeah. Let's see. Anyways, Green Arrow number 22. This is really good. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it. Montos has been doing a great job, and the colorist, the colorist did a great job as well. I really like the colors on this. Let's see. What's the name of the colorist on this book? Actually, I think they did this where they gave the credits instead of like, generally it's in like the first 3 pages. They did this one like way later on where they gave the credits for yeah, Andriano Lucas did the colors. Colors look great. It's a really good looking book. Yeah, it's really nice looking. I like it a lot. Again, not the biggest fan of this suit for Green Arrow, but I am enjoying Green Arrow right now. It's pretty good. I like it. And also, we get some more Oliver Queen in this book, because for the most part, it's been Green Arrow, but we get more Oliver Queen in this book, and I like the way he writes Oliver Queen. But if you're not reading Green Arrow, you should be. It's good. It's back to being he's back to being a street level hero, and it's back to being just Green Arrow. It's not 800 members of the Green Arrow family. It's just Ollie. He's trying to solve a sort of mystery of what's going on. It's good. I like it. Have you seen Invincible season 3? No, I watched season 1. And I was like, oh, this is just an inferior version of the comic. I don't really care to spend time on this. And I didn't check anything out after that. It's funny because I see people on Twitter being like, wow, I'm so glad they're fixing the problematic stuff from the comics. And it's like, oh my God. Yeah, everything you loved is problematic and needs to be fixed. Everything. It's like, gosh dang, dude, everything has to be censored. Everything has to be fixed. Seeing people post stuff from the comics and be like, Kirkman was such a sexist. He didn't know how to write women back then. Now he knows how to write women. It's like, oh my God, dude. So I don't care to watch the show. I love the comic though. I own all 3 compendiums and it's really good. But I love the comic, but the show I know a lot of people love it and I'm glad it's getting people into it. But seeing people like going to read the comics and like being Karens about the comics, being like, I can't believe they had Debbie do this. I can't believe Bob. It's like, oh my God. Oh, you people, how do you make it through life? How are you existing? Everything makes you upset. It's insane. Also, I saw someone post that like they detail the men's asses on the show, but not the women, which is hilarious. It's so funny. Like the animation I saw like showed that like Omni-Man had like a sculpted ass in the show, and then it showed like Adam Eve and it was just like a flat nothing, like there's no detail. It's like, nice. Great. Very funny. Which movie are you more excited for? Which one? Superman or Fantastic? I'm so much more excited for Superman. I've never been a Fantastic Four fan though. I've never cared about them. So might go read the comics for we're talking about Invincible? Or which one are you talking about? I think the thing with Absolute right now is that there's a lot of set for the world building Cal's past, and we're building towards him, the focus only being on him. Well, right now, again, I've only read the first 2 issues, so I don't know if it got better after that, but the first 2 issues, there's like nothing that makes me care about the character of Superman at all. Like, I don't care about him at all. And the Krypton stuff I don't think was done very well. Like, the M for middle management was hilarious, but I don't think it was meant to be funny. I think it was meant to be like, isn't this thought-provoking? But it wasn't. But yeah, I'll read the entire first arc and probably do a video on it, is my plan right now. Ollie just doesn't have the same vibe with his super family that Batman does, honestly. I agree, but also I'm the same way with Batman and Superman and every other super family, where it's like I'm kind of sick of it. Where it's like, if you want to do a super family, do a family book. Do that. Go do that. Don't be like, take the main book. Don't be like, here's Green Arrow, and Green Arrow will make a guest appearance in his own book. It's like, but what are we doing? I don't care about Red Canary. Why is she having as much page time as Oliver Queen? What is going on? Like, what? Like, and I feel the same way when they do the same thing with Superman and with Batman sometimes, where it'll be like, Batman and Superman are hardly in it. Like, I'm buying this comic for the title character. I love these other characters, but it's like, hey, I'm buying it for the title character. Do a separate book if you want to do it about the family. That's fine. But sometimes these things get overcrowded and there are too many characters. That's also a problem I'm having with Green Lantern right now. We can jump to Green Lantern. I'm still liking it. Jeremy Adams is one of the best writers in comics right now. I'm still enjoying it, but we have Green Lantern Corps, and that has most of the Green Lanterns in it, and this is supposed to be the Hal book, but in this one, there's not a whole lot of Hal. There's a lot of Kyle and Superboy and like several other characters, and I still think this was a good issue. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, man, I kind of want more Hal. Like, please make it more about Hal. Also, I will say, we've had Superboy in like these past two or three issues. I really like Jeremy Adams' Superboy. I would like to see him write a Connor Kent book. Like, if they do another, because I don't think we have a Superboy book going on right now. Do we? I don't know. I don't think we do. We did have one not long ago, but I don't think it's still going on. I could be wrong, though. But if they do Superboy again, Jeremy Adams. I like the way he writes Superboy. Yes, there's a Red Canary, and she's the dumbest character of all time. It's stupid. Are you going to read the Battle Beast spinoff? Yes, I am. I'm excited for that. Do you think they're going to include the scene with the female Viltrumite? Well, they kind of have to, I think. I think they will, because it's a woman doing it to a man. If it was the other way around, I don't know if they'd do it. But yeah, I think they'll do it. Normie's in there. The source material is problematic nonsense. Is vomit inducing. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane also that people feel this way about fiction. Dude, the amount of times I've like talked about Deathstroke and been like, yeah, Deathstroke's one of my favorite characters, like brought him up, and someone been like, Deathstroke's a pedophile. It's like, he's a fake. He's not real. We're not talking about a real person. What are you, like, people get up in arms like it's a real, like I'm a fan of a real pedophile or something. It's like, it's a fake character. He's fictional. What are we doing? The Emperor didn't actually blow up a planet. That's not real either. Like, I'm a fan of the Emperor. Did you know the Emperor killed 3.6 billion people? I'd be like, oh, well, that was fake. Okay, first off. It's like, but some people just like, for some reason, if you like something in fiction, they like they can't separate fiction from the real world. And so they take it as if it's the real world. It's like, what are we doing? What is going on? Crazy. But anyways, yeah, Green Lantern's getting overcrowded. Still good. I enjoyed it. This issue of Superman was okay. We got Eddie Barrows on here. I really like Eddie Barrows, but I feel like he didn't do a great job on this one. It was Eddie Barrows and someone else. They had someone else help him. It felt like a very rushed job. I like Eddie Barrows. I think he's a great artist, but I feel like this was a rushed job. I feel like they didn't give him a whole lot of time, but he was the fill-in artist for Dan Mora, because Dan Mora is doing 1,800 comics at the moment. Yo, do you have Invincible comics? Yes, I have all 3 compendiums. And my other room is where I keep all my comics. As you can see, there's no comics in here, other than the ones I brought in. And that's where I have the giant 3 compendiums. And that's how I read them. This stream convinced me to go read Invincible. Hell yeah, dude. Invincible is really good. It's really good. But anyways, yeah, this one, if you don't know what's going on with Superman during the Brainiac arc that Joshua Williamson did, a whole thing happened where Lex got his memory erased, and now he's starting to slowly get it back because of like when he was working with Mr. Terrific, and now we see that Lex is sort of going back to his old ways a little bit. DC Dan Mora comic. Essentially, he's doing, what is it, Just League Unlimited, World's Finest, and Superman. and probably other stuff too. And he's doing covers, and like Dan Mora is going, and it's all quality too. No controversial views whatsoever. Yeah, Dan Mora is doing amazing, and yeah. Oh yeah, so Superman also at the beginning of his run, Lex started this thing called Supercorp, where he's like, "Hey, Superman, here's all these resources you can have. Me and Mercy will be running it, but actually we're gonna hand it over to you, and you can do whatever you want." Blah 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 blah. So in this issue, it was revealed that Supercorp actually isn't good, and that Mercy is actually a bad person. That Lex's original plan was to not do good things with Superman, but to do bad things. Shocker, I know. And Mercy reveals that she took kryptonite from Metallo, and now at the end, she also created like a new clone version of Lex in a Superman suit, and Superman's black and silver suit. So Superman's actually been pretty good recently, but this issue was meh. This issue I wouldn't put this on my recommended, like, you should read this list. But overall, Josh Williamson's done pretty good with Superman over like the past 4 or 5 issues. But this issue was Batman Hush, I made a whole video on it. I liked it. It's pretty good. Again, not a whole lot for Jim Lee to do in this. I thought it looked good. Remind me, is the Battle Beast series a prequel? Yes, because Battle Beast is dead. So it's a prequel. They can't do one. They can't do one in the current time because Battle Beast was turned into a clothing garment. Was turned into a sick cape. I guess spoilers for the show. Whoops. Anyways, the comic came out freaking forever ago, so if you don't know Battle Beast dies, sorry. Have you read, or who knows, maybe they'll change that in the show. Maybe that's problematic. Who knows? Have you read Astro City? Is that the Jeff Lemire, Dustin Nguyen book? Or is that the, no. Is that the, what's his name? What's his name? The dude that wrote some Superman comics. What's his name? Why can I not think of his name? I don't know why I can't think of his name. Astro City. Okay, yeah. This is who I was. Okay. Yeah, Kurt Busiek. That's who I was thinking of. No, I haven't read Astro City. I have not. Used to be a huge fan of Tom Taylor. Stopped reading comics after he fell off. Well, here's Jimmy also, by the way, for anyone who's asking for him earlier. Yeah, Tom Taylor can write. I hear a lot of people are enjoying Detective Comics. I get comments from time to time being like, "I'm enjoying Detective Comics." I was like, I haven't touched it because Tom Taylor is, but he can write Elseworld stuff pretty good. I like Tom Taylor's Elseworld stuff, but his in-universe stuff is bad. His canon comics are bad because he has the feeling that if he's writing in Elseworlds, he's like, I can just do a fun comic that focuses on the plot. And then when he does in-universe, he's like, I gotta do something that can affect the real world. I gotta inspire some change. I gotta have a message, and then it's really bad. And that's what I've noticed from Tom Taylor. That's my Tom Taylor. Bug Wars. I've not read Bug Wars. But yeah, anyways. Hush 2, if you didn't watch the video, it's pretty good. I think it's worth picking up. Jim Lee, again, didn't have a whole lot to do in this. He does good, but it's not like amazing. It's not like this is Jim Lee's best work. But it's not bad either. It's just there wasn't much for him to do in it. I love the bit where Hush kidnaps Joker and is just torturing him and is just like showing him, hey, he's like, you're just a clown. I'm on another level. I'm Batman's #1 nemesis. Okay, Hush is back. Okay, I like that. That bit was really good. And I like the throwback suit that we get in this where we see Batman's yellow emblem back. And it's pretty good. I like it. It's a good start. We'll see where it goes from here and what happens. And I think we're going to have Hush be a force of nature. And I'm excited for that. At the end, it is kind of funny where when Batman gets to Joker and he like quickly deduces, he's like, only one person could have done this, Tommy Elliott. And it's like, I could think of like 20 people who could have done this to Joker. I don't know why he thinks Tommy Elliott immediately. That didn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, I don't know. Other than, I guess, like, all the cuts close that were very precise to make sure that he would slowly bleed out. It's like, okay, I guess you could get that because of a surgeon. But everything else is like, I don't know why Batman quickly thought of that. But, yeah, the New Gods are MV. I read the first issue of New Gods, and I thought it was good. But I don't care enough about the New Gods to continue reading. And also, Ram V's Detective Comics was so bad that I'm like, I don't know if I want to commit to this. Because he is a long-form storyteller, which is a bad thing, but his long story in Detective was terrible, in my opinion. Taylor, time to add necessary changes to the character. Yeah, isn't Batman banging Joe Chill's daughter in Detective Comics? Isn't that something that Tom Taylor just did? So, yeah. And then the last comic that I picked up, we'll talk about some other comics that I read digitally. The last comic I picked up was Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, which is way too long of a title, but it's pretty good. Gary Duggan, who I'm not generally the biggest fan of, but he does good here. And the art from Gary Brown, I just realized we have two different Garys, spelled two different ways, is amazing. I love the art from Gary Brown. This book looks really good. If you have not been reading it, we're 7 issues in. The quick of it is the short of it is that it's just like there's this afterlife that people get pulled to from different points in time, and they're sort of on this hell island, and they're trying to survive. And after 2 months, it's finally back. I was like, did I miss an issue? But no, I didn't. It's been a while. But on the bright side, we don't get a fill-in artist, so because this art is amazing. This is one of the best looking comics there is. But anyways, they finally fell in love. Like I believe it was last issue. It's been so long. It's been 2 months since last issue, but I believe last issue was the one where they finally hooked up. And now, like the cowboy and the samurai lady, they hooked up. And in this, we learned that some of the things we know about the island is a lie, and they're making new alliances now, and it's interesting. It's like, ooh, what's going on here? And so we get some things revealed, and it's pretty good. But yeah, like I said, it's one of the best looking comics out right now. I love the way it looks. Like freaking, look at that. It looks nice. It's a nice looking book. And this issue was one of the better issues, too. Because I thought it started out strong, and I thought like the last issue or two was but then this issue was actually really good. So, after a 2-month break, it came back swanging. Swimmers were swimming in the last issue. Yeah. So last issue was the one where they hooked up, yeah. Tom Taylor might actually be a social experiment. Well, I think a lot of you know what's funny is seeing the Twitter turn on Tom King. Twitter used to suck off Tom King. Now anytime something's shown, because I think because he's destroying Wonder Woman right now, Twitter, and that's Twitter's girl, so now Twitter is like mad. Love the art of falling in love on the path to hell, but the pace and dialogue is annoying. I know it's meant to be a slow burn. It feels like once the thing happens, I still like it though. Yeah, I get that. Like I said, the past couple issues, I felt like it was on the downturn. I thought the first couple were good, and the past couple, but this issue was good. I liked this issue. We actually got some progression, and yeah, it wasn't trotting in this one. We actually had things happen. But yeah, I agree with your take on it, where it's like it's been kind of slow, and there wasn't a whole lot going on. But in this issue, we actually get something going on. And I do agree that the dialogue can be off sometimes. The dialogue definitely can be a bit clunky. Pulling Joe Chill's daughter, or Paul, obviously. But yeah, I think there might be a social experience with a lot of the bald writers out there. Have you read Tom King Wonder Woman? I read a couple issues and it was terrible. And also, that quick reminder, that's the book that Clayman is held hostage on. One of the best artists out there, but you forget about him because he only works with Tom King. Remember Clayman? Clayman's a great artist. Like, he should be talked about like Dan Mora is, but the only thing is Dan Mora's out there doing 800 comics to where Clayman's like locked in Tom King's basement doing one Tom King book, and that's it. So you're not horrible. Imagine if they're like, hey, we'll free you from the Tom King shackles. We'll give you to Philip Kennedy Johnson right now, or freaking Jeremy Adams. Imagine. Then all of a sudden people are like, oh man, I forgot. Clayman's a fantastic artist. Instead, he's locked away with Tom King on Wonder Woman. And it's bad. But it is funny to see the reverse on Tom King. I see all the time people shitting on Tom King now. And it's like, this is great. Because people used to talk about how he's like some genius, amazing. Now everyone hates him. Or Twitter, at least. Are you into Souls games? No, I've never gotten into any Souls games over King's Batman, because honestly, the book hasn't been the same since he started for me. The beginning of King's Batman is okay, and then it... Cowboys having fallen in love and surviving. Yeah, the concept is good. Clayman. Yeah, he did draw Heroes in Crisis. Which, again, imagine taking Clayman and being like, hey, you're going to draw static 9 panels. That's all you're going to do. You're just going to draw 9 panels of people looking at like this and just talking, and that's it. It's like, oh, man, that's cool. Don't have him do anything fun. All right, what Marvel books do we have? Because like I said, my shop didn't have the Marvel books when I went in. Ultimate Wolverine #3 came out, which again is another Chris Condon book, and I'm really enjoying Ultimate Wolverine. Probably my favorite book of Marvel right now. I'm not reading a whole lot of Marvel, but that's because not a whole lot of Marvel interests me, and I don't think they have a whole lot of talent over there right now. But I really like Ultimate Wolverine. It's where Wolverine is. What if Wolverine was the Winter Soldier, and he's had his mind completely erased? Who would have thought with Wolverine? And he's and like the X-Men are resistance fighters. A lot of the X-Men are resistance fighters in Russia right now, and Wolverine's being sent to take them out. In the first issue, he killed Nightcrawler, and freaking he's been laying havoc. In this issue, he's going after Gambit and Kitty Pryde, and also Black Widow. And it's like, oh man, Philip K. Johnson still on Hulk? Yes, and I'll talk about that next because the new issue of Hulk also came out this week. But anyways, so in this issue, like Wolverine is sent along with other Russian soldiers to go after them, and they're going through this like sewer to get to where they're at. And Gambit placed like little like I think it was chess pieces or something that he preloaded to explode, and Wolverine notices it, and he just uses like the soldiers with him as human shields to take out the explosions. And it's like, oh man, this is gnarly. And then he goes and he's going to take out Gambit and Kitty Pryde and all them. But then Kitty Pryde, something that we also saw in the first issue is that Wolverine has a history with this X-Men, and but his mind's been erased. And Kitty Pryde notices that it's Logan. She's like, Logan? And she sticks her hand in his head and sort of triggers some flashbacks. And Logan, for the first time, actually remembers some things. It's like, ooh, what's going to happen next issue? Let me see if I can find that page and pull it up, because it's a real nice page. Yeah, Ultimate Wolverine's been really good. I've been liking it. It's been sick. And I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I have not been reading Ultimate X-Men, so I have no idea if it has any connection to that at all. So, but this has been really good. Let me find that page. Here it is. Ugh. All right. Let's pull it up and show it to you. All right, there it is. Look at that. This is when she sticks her hands through his head and then gives him all the flashbacks of him being with the X-Men. It's like, oh snap. But yeah, Ultimate Wolverine's really good. If you're not reading it, you should read it. I'm enjoying it a lot. Wonder Woman covers, let alone the actual book. Jason Fabok's still my favorite, along with Gary Frank. Well, I hope you're reading Ghost Machine then, because that's where they're at. Did you also manage to read Ultimate Spidey? I need to catch back up on Ultimate Spidey. I read like the first 6 or 7 issues, and then I fell off because the pace. I'm not the biggest fan of Hickman's pacing. I think Hickman is always one of those guys that starts out strong and then kind of loses steam. I picked up the first issue of Ultimate, like the Ultimates. It is a book. I think I might have read the first issue because we talked about on Comics Aficionados. Peach Momoko is the one that's doing that, right? I believe I read the first issue and it was just really weird. And I was like, all right, I don't really care to read this anymore. No classic there as far as I got. Okay. Did you read Nick Furier's Fin Fang Foom? Don't know if you're a classic Fury. Yes, I did read it. It was really good. I recommend it. Speaking of Comics Aficionados, I recommended that on there. Yeah, that was good. That was from J. Michael Straczynski. I enjoyed that a lot. That was a fun issue. Just randomly freaking Nick Fury fighting Fin Fang Foom, him parachuting down there. That was cool. Yeah, I like that. That was a good issue. But anyways, Incredible Hulk, new issue of that came out this week. I'm a big Philip Kennedy Johnson fan. I don't think this issue of Incredible Hulk was very good. I feel like we've been kind of treading water these last couple issues, because for the most part, I really like what he's done with Incredible Hulk. Also, Nick Klein is back, because Nick Klein will do like 1 issue, then take 3 issues off for Incredible Hulk, it feels like, which is rather annoying. But when he's on, it's amazing. But it's just kind of like a whole lot of nothing's happening, and people are just word vomiting all this random stuff constantly. Like, Eldis says the spirit of blah blah blah, Skinwalker, blah blah blah. And it's just like, okay, can we get something going? because I was enjoying, like, I've enjoyed most of Philip K. Johnson's Incredible Hulk run, but these past couple issues have been kind of been like, eh. Ever since what happened with the girl that Hulk has been going with, ever since we had like the big conclusion with that, it's been kind of not too great. How badly will Tom King butcher the Green Lanterns with his HBO show? Probably really bad. It's just not the standard Action comic audience at all, so I don't know what the goal is. Yeah, that's what I felt when... Yeah, so that is what I read then. I read the first issue, and I remember just being really weird. Yeah, exactly. Being like, why is this an X-Men comic? It was kind of weird. But Ultimate Wolverine's really good. Is there anything else I read this week? Let's see... Let's see some Star Wars comics count this week. I didn't read any of those. I didn't read Ultimate Spider-Man. I didn't read Godzilla vs. Fantastic Four. Oh, I need to read Weapon X-Men. Issue 2 of that looks like came out this week. Because that's Joe Casey. I like Joe Casey a lot. But I haven't read the first issue, so I need to read that. Because that looks like that could be a fun book. Oh, yeah, Far Down Below, which is Chris Condon's third Chris Condon book this week, which is Chris Condon's horror independent book from Mad Cave. It was pretty good. It's two kids. Two kids are just like messing around, just like having fun. They go in the basement and they realize they like find some stuff out, and they realize that the one kid's family owns a haunted house that's like a famous haunted house, famous among like people in the community. They're like, your dad owns that house. And so then they go over there and they find some things about it. It's like, oh, turns out there's a mystery going on. So it looks kind of, it was interesting. It was a good first issue. I did a terrible job at selling it just now, but it's good. John Stewart was great, but I haven't caught up on the new ones. Yeah, you're not really missing out. Since the like main arc concluded with Incredible Hulk, it's been kind of eh. You know, like mid to ass writers, come check us out. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't read a Marvel Star Wars book in a while. None of it's really interested me. New issue of Gunslinger Spawn came out, but I've been getting every issue of Gunslinger Spawn, but I've fallen behind. Cause I just haven't been reading it. I still have all the issues. I have them all. I just need to read them. Also because Tales of Gunslinger Spawn I was liking a lot better. So it's like, oh, I get my Gunslinger Spawn fix in Tales of Gunslinger Spawn. I think it's better than Gunslinger Spawn. And they switched artists like 4 times. So it started off with Brett Booth, and then we've just been woo, 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 going. Yeah, and I think that was basically it for what comics I read this week. Or for what came out this week. I'm going to be seeing, what's it called? I'm going to be seeing A Working Man tonight. The movie, not like, sounds like my gay boyfriend. I'm going to go see A Working Man tonight. The movie with Jason Statham. I'm going to be seeing that. It's based off a Chuck Dixon book, which I've never read, and it's probably very loosely based off of it and not really borrowing from it at all. But it looks just like The Beekeeper again, and The Beekeeper was fun, like 90s action movie essentially. So, yeah, I'm going to be seeing that in like an hour. I'm excited about that. That'll be fun. Jason Statham punching people is always a good time. Oh, I saw freaking I've never seen a Studio Ghibli movie before, and then last night I saw Princess Mononoke because they re-released it in IMAX for like the new 4K upgrade. So that was the first Studio Ghibli movie I've ever seen. It was pretty good. I liked it. Kind of weird, but I liked it. It was good. I knew literally nothing about it going in though. I get the main Star Wars books mostly just to see how they can reconcile Luke from who he is to he'll become last night, even they don't acknowledge it. Makes sense. That Marvel's put out has just been exceptionally bad. Novels have been decent though. Watch New Born Again episodes? Yes, I watched the 2 New Born Again episodes. I've seen people all over Twitter being like, man, episode 5 was so good. We need filler episodes and TV shows again. It's like, yeah, but not in a 9-episode season. When we got filler episodes back in the day, we were like having 20-episode seasons. This is 9 episodes. What are we doing? We haven't even progressed the plot at all. We haven't had Daredevil show up at all since the first episode, and we're wasting it on a filler episode? I like the idea of having just this random bank robbing episode, but the execution of it was not done very well. Just everything feels clunky. The writers, I think, are very dumb. And man, when Matt goes back in to get recaptured or to get captured by the bank robbers, and it's like, oh man, how's Matt gonna get out of this? And then he just says, can I go to the bathroom? And the nicest bank robbers of all time are like, sure, bud, you can go to the bathroom. They'd be like, no, shit yourself right here. We're robbing a bank. Why would we take you to the bathroom? Because I was thinking in my head, I was like, man, how's Matt gonna get out of it? How's he gonna get separate? Because I know he's gonna get separate. I've seen the trailer where he's in the red mask and he fights the guy. Like, that was in like the first trailer for the show. It's like, what's gonna happen? And they're just like, can I go to the bathroom? We're like, sure. It's like, no, they would not. Like, you're a grown man. You're not a child. They'd be like, you can sit here. Like, if you want to go to the bathroom, do it in your pants. We don't care. It made no sense. It made no sense at all. And yeah, there was just a lot of stuff with the episode. And then episode 6 felt really dumb as well, because the niece of White Tiger is like, hey, blind lawyer, you need to stop these kidnappings. What? He's a blind lawyer. What is he gonna do? You want him roaming the streets? She doesn't know he's Daredevil. What? How? What? And then when she gets captured, her mom calls Matt and is like, hey, blind lawyer, I think my niece has been missing. She might have been kidnapped or something. Do something about it. It's like, he's a blind lawyer. What is he gonna do? Why are people calling this blind guy? What? It doesn't make any sense. The diamond that came. Also, yeah, episode 5 just being a promo for Kamala Khan. Oh my goodness. Hey, do you know about my daughter Kamala Khan? Do you know Kamala Khan? Kamala Khan, Kamala Khan, Kamala Khan. That's all you just kept saying, is like, dude, I don't care about her at all. No one cares about her. And then this retard tries to show a blind guy a Funko Pop. It's like, how stupid are you? What are we doing? He's like, this is Kamala Khan. He's blind. He came in with a cane and he's got his sunglasses. Also, Matt could not care less about a secret identity. Like, is not smart at all. What are we doing? What is going on? And dude, the use of CG body doubles in the most simple action sequences of the show is astounding. It'd be like, all right, we need a guy to get punched in the face, and then we'll cut and go to the next scene and blah, blah. All right, we can't. That's logistically, it's too hard to do a scene of just a guy throwing a punch. It's too hard. We can't. We'll just fix it in post. We'll just do a CG body double. It's like, what? Like, the most simple things. Like, I get it if you're doing something like in episode 1 where you're throwing Bullseye off a roof. It's like, okay, yeah, use a CG body double. But it's like, we're just doing the most simple, all right, throw punch, guy gets hit. Let's just use CG body doubles. Like, what are we doing? How? Why is... You can't just film that? Like, he's crazy. Crazy. And then we got more of Kingpin getting cucked and dealing with that. So it's like, that's great. It's like, you know, we definitely want to see, here's Kingpin raging at his wife's lover. Because that's fun. It's like, isn't this great? Doesn't this make Kingpin feel like a really, man, he's such a vicious, cruel guy. So he's going to fight like a starved, tortured guy that he's captured. It's like, this doesn't add to Kingpin's character at all. Why are we having him fight the guy that cucked him? What is going on? But yeah, I'm getting more and more upset with Daredevil. At first I was like, oh, this is okay. It's not very good, but it's not bad either. It's just okay. And then every time they do a misstep, I'm just like, why is this show not good? The blueprint is there. The blueprint, we know how to... We got 3 seasons of it. What's going on? How are we not... Netflix did it on a significant less budget, I'm assuming. But yeah, that's Daredevil right now. We'll see how it goes. The leaked photos of the suit for season 2 look amazing, though. The suit for season 2 looks great, so I'm excited about that. That looks cool. Yeah, Fisk and Matt parallels are also forced. Yeah. 2003 Kingpin was the blueprint. I watched this since the first 2 episodes. You're not really missing out. Do you think Bullseye was wasted? Well, he's coming back, so we'll see what they do with him. But yeah, it's kind of annoying that they just got rid of him instantly in the first episode. But he is coming back, so we'll see how they use him. We'll see what's going on. Also, I see what is with people. I saw some people on Twitter like just saying like Bullseye's in another league from Frank Castle from Punisher, and like Bullseye would beat the tar out of Punisher. I'm like, what are these people thinking of? It's like, Bullseye deals with a guy that throws batons. Okay. Punisher is a little different. Like, oh, wow, yeah, throw your little things at Punisher, see what happens, dude. I saw people just, like, saying these things. Like, what is with the disrespect to Frank Castle? What do you mean, dude? What do you mean? Get your kneecaps blown off with a shotgun, buddy. Put him in the suit. Yeah, well, I feel like it would have been leaked already if he was going to be in the suit. Because we got the prototype suit leaked before that episode came out, so... yeah. But got dust. What comes out? What comics come out next week? Let's see what comes out next week. We've got Absolute Superman. I don't care about. We're 14 issues into Ultimate X-Men. Holy crap! We got Absolute Green Lantern #1, which, again, I said this last stream. It looks like a fan-made comic. How bad the art is in Absolute Green Lantern #1. I generally don't care too much to like go too hard on artists because it's like, sometimes it's just not for me. But this just looks terrible. The quality of the Absolute Green Lantern art looks like a terrible web comic. But instead, you get to pay $5 for it. We got a new issue of JSA. Please tell me. Yes, Diego's on it. Yes, the primary artist is on it. That guy's great. We're not getting a fill-in artist, thank God. Oh, we got the first issue of Daredevil Cold Day in Hell, which is the Charles Soule, Steve McNiven, old man freaking Daredevil comic. Hopefully that's good because Charles Soule is very hit or miss for me. I feel like he can be very mid. So, but Steve McNiven, I don't remember the last time I read a comic with Steve McNiven on it. New issue of Hyde Street. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe one last time, which, gosh dang, talk about scraping the bottom of the barrel. Like, why are we returning to that? The first Deadpool kills the universe is good, but man, we're going back for a third time. What else we got? Ooh, we got the freaking G.I. Joe Real American Hero Beachhead one shot. I'm excited for that. I like Beachhead. I'll read that. Phil Hester is writing it. Okay. Interesting. He'll be writing and doing the art. Okay. That's cool. I hope that's good. I need to read the Skybound Real American Hero. I haven't because Larry Hama was doing so bad at the end of the IDW run on G.I. Joe that I stopped. But then with Skybound, apparently they put more like money incentives to actually write good comics because IDW was paying Larry Hama pennies, and he's apparently got the sauce back and he's doing really good. So I need to read that. I haven't read any of it, but I need to because apparently it's actually good now. And yeah, that looks like that's basically all I care about for next week. So not as big of a week next week, but still got some. Season 2. How can a serial killer who does graffiti art go code in combat? In the comics, he has abilities. In this, he just seemed legit like a serial killer that did art, and he wasn't a meta-human or anything at all, so I don't really know, but maybe we'll get it explained later. Maybe he is actually a meta. Maybe he does have his abilities like in the comics. Mark Millar's Vatican City, April 9th. I have not heard of that. I'm pinning on Doomsday Cast. I talked about it at the beginning of the stream, but essentially for the Doomsday Cast, I think it's stupid that they announced the Thunderbolts cast because now we know that that Taskmaster's going to die and no one else. And the Fox X-Men coming back is kind of dumb because everyone's old as hell, and we just got the goodbye to the Fox universe in Deadpool and Wolverine, and now it's like, actually, nope, they're coming back. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I was happy that Thor's coming back. Hemsworth could be a lead in this. Hopefully he's leading this new Avengers. That would be cool. I'm happy that we're actually getting Channing Tatum's Gambit because he was really good in Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm happy that he's got a future potentially in the MCU. Have you heard there's going to be a My Adventures of Green Lantern show? I feel like I heard about a Starfire show. I don't remember if I heard about the Green Lantern. Maybe I did, but I was not a fan of My Adventures of Superman, so whatever. Flat miss for me every time. Yeah, Soul's not always great, but he's done some stuff I've liked, but I haven't read a comic of his in a while. So, because I wasn't enjoying what he was doing on the main Star Wars book and I dropped that. But yeah, I read like the first 2 volumes of his Daredevil run. I liked it. Also, I'm a big Ron Garney fan. Ron Garney does some amazing work, and I enjoyed what he's doing with with them. I'm trying to think what else I've read of Charles Soules. I don't know why they handed the keys to Star Wars to him though. That was kind of random. But yeah, like I said, I think he's very hit or miss, or just mainly mid, to be honest. He's very mid a lot, and then he'll occasionally have a hit. There's occasionally some stuff from Charles Soule that's like, oh, that's pretty good. Let's see. We'll see how his Daredevil is. But I don't know why they chose him to be the Star Wars guy. It seemed kind of random. But I wish Ron Garney would do more stuff. I know he did the Berserker book with Keanu Reeves, and I loved his work on that. But I don't know what else he's doing other than that. So I don't know if there's anything else that Ron Garney is currently working on. Because he's one of my favorite artists. He's amazing. I loved his work on Daredevil. I loved his work on Ultimate Cap with Jason Aaron. I loved his work on Wolverine, also with Jason Aaron. Thoughts on Jason Aaron? I think he's also very hit or miss. But I think his high is higher than Charles Soule, though. But I think Jason Aaron's one of those guys that can write some really good stuff. I liked a good amount of what he did with Wolverine. I love that Ultimate Captain America mini. I think that's great. Most of his DC stuff's been good, other than, for me, Absolute Superman. But he can also write some very terrible comics. So, yeah. Anyways, I've been live for about an hour, and I'm about to head out to go see the new Jason Statham movie, A Working Man. Hopefully that's good. So this was fun. Thank you to everyone who showed up. Again, the plan is to do this once a week now, mostly Thursdays. So I think the plan is on Thursdays I'll go live, talk about whatever news we got that week and whatever comics came out, and have a good time with you guys. This is fun. Thank you to everyone for showing up. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good weekend coming up. We just got one more work day in the weekend, and I will see y'all later. Goodbye, everyone.